You're at risk for tennis elbow if you do a lot of computer work, specifically if you do a lot of typing. Here's why, and here is one simple change that you can make to help mitigate your tennis elbow pain while typing. When most people type, they don't pay much attention to the positioning of their elbow. However, this can be a critical mistake. To really understand this, you need to understand the basic anatomy of one muscle, the extensor carpi radialis brevis. This important muscle originates, which basically means it begins, on your lateral epicondyle, right here. That is why tennis elbow is also called lateral epicondylitis. This area is also called the common extensor origin, and it's the area that gets inflamed and causes most of the pain associated with tennis elbow. Extensor carpi radialis brevis travels down the forearm and inserts into the base of the third metacarpal. Just think of this as your wrist. Therefore, this muscle is primarily responsible for wrist extension, moving the wrist from here to here. So why is this important? This is important because the positioning that most people type in requires the extensor carpi radialis brevis to be under constant isometric contraction. It's constantly under stress. This muscle is already vulnerable. Repetitive contractions and repetitive stress is often the source of tennis elbow in the first place. So obviously we need to mitigate the amount of repetitive stress we put on the ECRB. So if you have elbow pain while typing, it's time to make some changes. Now that you understand what might be the source of your pain, let's address the simplest way to fix this issue. All you need is something to take the force off your ECRB, your extensor carpi radialis brevis. You could use a variety of objects to accomplish this mission, and you might have to get creative with what you use depending on the setup at your workplace or at your home. I'll show you the most common thing that people use to get relief when typing. The first tip is your elbows need to be at approximately 90 degrees. That is the optimal position to be in when you type. It's usually the most comfortable. The most common mistake is typing with your forearms not supported. So if you'll notice here, there's nothing underneath my forearms. I'm having to use my muscles to hold my arms in this position. That requires not much strength, but over time, these muscles are contracting for hours and hours and hours if you have a desk job. So that's going to take its toll. Holding your wrist up in this extended position, this straight position, just because I can feel my forearms working because I'm hyper aware of this issue. I can feel my forearms working when I'm in this position. So simply scoot your arm or scoot your chair closer to the desk, and all you need is a towel. This can make a huge difference. Roll it up, place it underneath your forearm. You can still reach your keyboard just fine. You would do both arms, little towel underneath both arms. Now that your forearm is supported by this towel and you can still reach your keyboard, let your arm turn into a noodle. Let it be like water, loosey-goosey. Just let it relax here. And then, without letting your muscles having to do a whole lot, you can still move your fingers and type appropriately. This simple change can be the little boost that you need to help get you over the hill to your road to recovery with tennis elbow. Have a great day, everyone.